Since the early man first had needs of tools hundreds and hundreds of years ago, stone has been a fundamental and necessary object in everyday life. Gathering, using, and destroying stone has been the base of many great works throughout history, and even in the modern day, we depend on the strength of stone to fulfill and better our lives. Stone was used in crafting the first wheel, and soon the roads that those wheels drove on. It provided a foundation for human lives and lifted humanity towards the stars. Stone is the perfect representation of the lives that we strive for in its sturdy structure and the chaos that life may bring when it comes tumbling down and eventually shatters. Good evening, players and viewers, and welcome to our first episode of Werewolf the Apocalypse Shattered in Stone, Episode 1, Stone, Part 1. The plane ride from your respective homes was long and for some excruciating, but you eventually find yourselves in the heart of Brazil, a place of fantastic food, music that would make even the most stone-cold person want to dance, and an atmosphere of culture and people crowding about in events that put music festivals in most of the United States to shame. But you're not here for that. After meeting each other in a local contact, you find yourselves being led deep into the Amazon. The heat here is oppressive and causes sweat to roll down your face, slowly drenching you until your hair clings to the back of your neck. The sound of bugs that you would read about in biology books with disbelief fills the air, and you can see them crawling and flying around you without a care, as a reminder that you are on their turf. Your guide is a young woman with long, dark brown hair and an olive complexion that shines when the sun hits and looks back to you with a soft expression. After you had all made your formal introductions with one another, you discovered that the woman's name was Amelia, woman of the Children of Gaia. Every so often, we'll look back at all of you as she begins to lead you through the Amazon with that softened smile, one that screams welcoming and pride that you are in her turf, but that expression that's on her face grows more worried the closer that you get to her home. We thank you for your time. If you do not speak Portuguese, do not let that discourage you, as I will act as your translator. It is very nice to see people come in time of great need, and I'm sure that Josefina will be very pleased to see most of you. And as she emphasizes most, Kult, she's looking directly at you, and you get the sense that just because of the way that you look and the dead giveaway about what you truly are, you know that the Children of Gaia don't really look that kindly upon people with your condition.
In that case, I just give her a big smile back.
She begins to lead you all a little bit further into the woods. That heat that you could feel beginning to clamber down onto your skin grows and grows. It's almost to the point where you know that if you spend too much time out here without proper clothing or proper means of survival, access to water, proper food, proper shelter out of the sun, it could drive even the most sane person completely mad. As minutes turn into an hour of just walking and taking everything in, Thomas, you check your phone every once in a while, and you see the further that you get into the tree lines and further into the greenery, your phone begins to slowly tick off every bar until you are eventually left in a dead man zone.
Thomas is just watching, just kind of like frowning a little bit more each time, just... Okay. He knew what he was getting into, but it doesn't mean he has to like it.
Fair. Now, I do want everybody to go around and state what tribe you are playing, your auspice, and your birth form. We're gonna start with Aidon, and we're gonna go down the list.
Okay. Hello, I'm Aidon. I'm playing Kult, the Silverfang Prodox. I'm not sure how to say that for my auspice, and Metis.
Philodox.
Philodox, that's it.
All right.
Hi, I'm BP, or Bloodied Porcelain, and I am playing Penthesilea, the Black Fury Theurge, who was born a lupus.
Hi, I'm Saul. I'm playing Thomas. He is a Glasswalker Ragabash. He was born a Homid, as most Glasswalkers are.
Hello, I'm Grizz. I'm playing Ramsey, the Stargazer Aurun, and he was born a Homid.
So you all had a chance when you arrived at the airport to kind of familiarize yourself with one another, familiarize yourselves with what exactly it is that you were all told when you were given the opportunity to come in and serve and help in the Amazon. And for the most part, all of you had the same explanation, if not just told in a couple of different ways. You are all made aware that the corporation Pentex is looking at developing a couple of new facilities within Brazil. One of them cutting right into the resources of the Amazon rainforest, which is home to a lot of not large villages, but definitely the numbers might be low in who is living within those villages, but there are a lot of smaller communities that rely on the rainforest. It's not just means of survival, but means of acting together in a community. Those who have been at this maybe a little bit longer than some of you know that, like, not in a lot of these villages, it's not just werewolves that live here. There are potentials for just normal everyday people to be living in these as well. So when given the opportunity, you were either strongly encouraged or volunteered to do it, depending on what your personal preference is. But after a walk that felt like it took hours, but looking down whenever you have the chance at a watch or a phone, you can tell that you've only been really walking for maybe an hour. You make your way to a small village. In the village, there are a few small houses, and you can tell that the community probably came together to build them together. The structure itself is there, and you can tell that they put a lot of love and care and craft into building these houses, but you're not looking at houses that you would in like the major part of the city, right? They're made out of clay and stone, and a lot of them have the protective barriers of like leaves and grass, and everything's very hand sewn together. There are people about walking about the village. Some people are coming back with different kills. Some fish, some maybe more invasive species of animals that need to be killed off to kind of keep the ecosystem in balance. People are walking and talking. How many here speak Portuguese?
I do.
Anybody else?
No. Not Portuguese.
Oh boy.
Not here.
Thomas just goes off of a translation app.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, Thomas, you go to pull a Pentex translator, and
Gross.
it's not working. Your phone is completely out of reception.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there is no Wi-Fi in the Amazon rainforest. So, you all are listening to a language that you are very unfamiliar with. Pen, on the other hand, you hear people just going about their business, having conversations of when they need to go hunting next, of who's keeping watch of the village when. You hear kids laughing as they're playing with each other, chasing each other, and playing tag, and everything seems to be at peace. Your guide leads you to a door of a very big home. Big being a relative term. It's definitely the bigger of all of the houses that are around, but it is by no means something that you would see in like the States or see in Kult's case in London. It still has that same structure of the houses that are surrounding it, built with a lot of love. A lot of the decorations seem to be hand sewn using like beads and baubles, and whoever owns this house has like wind chimes that are kind of hanging very delicately off of hand woven hooks. Your guide looks back at you, and with a smile and reaching to push open the door, he just looks at Kult one more time before looking to the rest of you. I would like to apologize in advance. Josephina her English is not that well. She tries to communicate, but that is why she's asked me to play translator. We were not sure how many of you would speak the language, and so our apologies in advance. And she goes to open the door, and inside is a spacious, and for the first time since you landed on this plane, and it's kind of an unspoken miracle, shady and cool home. You don't quite know how it manages to be as cold as it is, but it's a nice, refreshing, almost light breeze that hits your face, and kind of relieves some of that sweat off of the back of your neck and makes it tingled ever so slightly. It's a very delicate and light and calming experience after being struck by the heat. And she gestures for all of you to come in.
Kult will just kind of rush in. And you said, is this, would you say it's fully furnished or just kind of bare?
So
inside.
Furnished is a bit of a a strong word. It's got, so a lot of the furniture you can tell is handmade, but she doesn't have any like couches. It looks like that going inside, like the general sitting area is this beautiful, like hand spun, very soft to the touch carpet that she lays out with like some pillows and reminders that even though they're living kind of within the means of the land around them, that they do go out into town when absolutely necessary. So there's some pillows, there are some more comfortable places to sit, but there's not any like furniture, like how you would expect furniture to look. She's got a small table off to the side of the carpet that you think is where the sitting area is. And it has like plates and it has like some cutlery, but furnished but minimalistic.
Yeah. In that case, he'll just go standing kind of the center of the room.
Right, and what are the other three of you doing?
Pen will slip in after Kult and find a place kind of off to the side to stand quietly.
Yeah, Ramsey will just walk in and lean up against the wall.
Thomas will find a wall to lean up against as well.
Okay. So as you guys pile in, you, like I said, you all get hit with like that cool breeze that feels like it shouldn't quite be there. It's refreshing, it's nice, you're out of the heat, and judging by what some of you are wearing, some of you probably aren't used to being in the heat for long periods of time. So this is a definite nice and welcomed change.
Could I try and figure out where it's coming from?
Yes.
Or is it in just like a general area?
No, you know, if you would like to try to get a feel for where it's coming from, I will need you to roll me we'll go perception and alertness.
Oof, bad pool for me. Difficulty 6?
Yes.
Only one success.
Sorry, could I also try?
Yes, perception and alertness.
Does a specialization in insightful help me?
No.
Six successes?
Damn.
Well, shit.
All right.
Isn't that 8 successes?
I don't have a specialty, so no.
Yes. The rule of 20th anniversary edition is 2 10s do not automatically grant you double successes. You have to have a specialty in order for those to count as double successes. But Kult, you kind of peer around the room, but then you come to the realization that maybe not asking or trying to seek out what is very obviously probably a luxury of some sort. And just hang back after a while. Like I said, it's best to not try to go in and poke into other things. But, Pen, as you're allowing yourself to kind of cool off, you peer around the room, and it's not necessarily what is there causing the what is there causing this breeze, but you get the feel that it's coming from the back of the house, though there's nothing quite there to look at. But whatever is causing this breeze is starting from the back and is allowing the air to kind of circulate around the house. Looking in a little bit further, you see that it's a tiny little box, and on the box there's a carving of a bear. And a bird.
Interesting. I won't say anything, but I will file that away for later.
Okay.
Is the woman whose home this is she already here? I'm sorry, I missed if you said that.
She is not. Amelia did tell you, as you all kind of stepped in and made yourselves comfortable, that she herself was coming back from leading a pack into a hunt, and she'd be a couple of minutes, so she invites you all to kind of get settled in, take a seat, and talk amongst yourselves for a little bit, and just to kind of break that ice and so you're not completely quiet when she asks whatever it is that they're asking you to do.
So, anyone been to this country before?
Seen a lot of travel brochures, never actually been here before.
A few times.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
Well, do you get used to the heat?
I have. She gives you a look that suggests she thinks it's doubtful that you will, though.
In that case, Kult kind of gently takes off his very expensive looking jacket and begins to kind of just roll it up. So does any of you guys know exactly why we're here? Any clues?
Were we told anything? Like maybe our specific tribes to give us any information, or were we just told to go here?
You all know that the main reason that you're here is because there is what you were told is that there is some problem going on with resource stealing from some company looking to open some section of, you think it might be cosmetics, you think it might be technology. The translation was a little bit scuffed because a lot of your notices to come and help were handwritten in like the doctor's handwriting, like that prescription pen. So it got a little messed up in translation, but you know that the reason that you are here is because there is a corporation who is infringing on turf, and they just don't have the numbers.
From what I was told, it's, typical Pentex bullshit.
Right. So I guess things are going to get violent then.
Don't they usually?
Yeah, fair point.
I mean, I brought this for a reason, and he just, hefts his, duffel bag where he keeps his, rifle.
Oh, bit of a marksman then.
Yeah, during training, they saw that I was okay when it came to us getting closer, but I was better when I had something that I could throw lead at about 600 yards.
Training. So you served then?
Yeah.
And what about you? And he kind of looks by at the other figure that's kind of just leaning against the wall.
I'm just here to kill shit.
Oh, straight to the point then. I like it.
Me too.
Kind of looks over at Pen. You okay?
Yes, why wouldn't I be?
It just seemed a bit quiet. Just wanted to check in. You're not nervous, are you?
No.
I can tell you're a talker. I like it. It's nice. Kind of just gives you a smile.
Hey, Storyteller. Could I perhaps do a sort of empathy roll to figure out maybe if I can determine if Penthesilea is just not super talkative, or if maybe there's a particular reason based off of what their breed, quote unquote, what is as to why they don't talk, because I probably have dealt with other lupus in the time that I've been an active Garu.
I will allow you to make a wits and empathy at standard difficulty, which is difficulty 6.
Do I get to answer based on what he rolls?
Yes.
Excellent. I don't get to storytell solve very often.
Well, I got 2 successes.
You said that you've interacted with lupus before?
Yeah, probably not a ton, because most of my stuff is usually kept to the cities, but here and there.
Yeah, I would say that you've probably put together by now that she is a lupus. And while she doesn't seem to have a hard time following any of the conversations that are going on, she does not take the opportunity to speak up very much, which is not super uncommon for lupus because they spend their early lives not being able to talk. So,
yep. Thomas is just going to nod a bit to himself, but he will file that away for the time being.
Anybody else notice it's a lot colder in here than it was out there?
Well, yeah, but I wasn't going to say anything.
I mean, it's weird, right?
Thomas just kind of looks to him a little funky. It's just we are 4 Garu standing around in Brazil, possibly going to take on something infused with Fomorians. Weird is relative.
You have a good point.
But yeah, it is a little funky.
Yeah. So whatever it is, I'd have to find out what exactly it is. It's would be handy. Well, I guess we're all here to do one thing then. Cause some trouble, get it done, and then go back home. A place where the weather is much more reasonable.
Don't you guys see the sun once every 4 months?
Yes, and I like it that way.
Fair enough.
To be a storyteller, is it raining right now, or has it rained since we got here?
Right now, it is not raining. It has not rained because you've been here for maybe 3 hours.
Okay.
But you do know that the weather is inclined. The weather is as finicky here as it is in any space where climate change has taken a massive hit. It could rain at any minute. You just do not know quite yet. But right now it is hot and it is humid and it is muggy. But not in this house. In this house it's cool and nice and light and refreshing.
Kult kind of just looks at the group then and just kind of takes them all in. So I guess you guys all have your own specialties when it comes to this type of stuff. Do I need to know anything about you guys?
Just know that you can generally leave any sort of tech to me. I wear my tribe on my sleeve.
All right, tech man.
Literally, almost. And I'll kind of glance at the smartwatch on his wrist.
It's handy. Plus, I've jailbroken it all to shit, so.
And, Ramsey, was it? You're just the muscle then?
Yeah, I think you see him actually, like, he's been kind of blank face this whole time, but he actually smiles at that. You could call me that. He's kind of like scratches his chin.
Well,
You could,
if you haven't guessed,
just call me the cannon. Just point me in a direction, I'll take care of it.
the cannon. I like it. I like it.
That's not a nickname, but
I
point me in
mean,
the direction.
it kind of sounds like a nickname. It kind of sounds like you want it to be your nickname,
It kind of does, man.
right?
Unfortunately,
Are you the
no.
cannon? Are you the cannon?
No.
We'll work on it.
I
We'll
don't
circle
even-
back to that one.
Sure.
Well, if you haven't guessed already, I am, I guess, good with people. I'm a bit of a chatter. I hope I don't annoy you. If I do, just tell me to fuck off or shut up. I probably won't, but, you know, it might help you. Yeah?
I'll keep that in mind.
Nice. So we're meeting what? Some elder or some bigwig?
Certainly seems that way. So, you know, I'm not going to tell you to fuck off in front of her, but keep a lid on it.
Well, it doesn't really seem like they like my kind here, so maybe I'll just keep it down. Stay in the back.
Probably a good idea.
No offense.
Yeah.
but they don't really like your kind anywhere.
You know what? You've got a great fucking point. That hits the nail on the head right there. I hope none of you are, well, I hope we don't have a problem with me and these. And he kind of flashes his horns at everyone.
I mean, I don't give a shit, but other people tend not to give a shit about what I have to think either, so.
It's the jungle.
As long
You're
as
just
you're
another.
useful.
Yeah.
It's the jungle. You're just another monster in the dark.
It's very spooky.
Fair enough.
Penn, at this point, has been like, okay, so we've been standing here and chatting for a while and nobody's gotten here yet, so she's gonna shift to one of the sitting areas. Sit down, kind of shrug off the BDU jacket that she's got on top of the black tank top underneath. It's worth noting that Penn has 5 dots in appearance. So she's striking. Very long dark hair, very bright gold eyes. She's got the kind of musculature where she's just ripped enough to be noticeable, but not so much as that it's overpowering that kind of like natural, soft, feminine look. And she sort of scoops all of her hair up and like twists it up into a bun on top of her head to get it off of her neck. I specialize in spirits and the Umbra and rites.
Never really had much contact with the spiritual side, so that's a good thing. We've got you, we've got Sniper Boy, and we got the cannon. This is good. And then there's me, the talker. You know what? Actually, bollocks to this. I'm going to see if these guys got any good tea. And Kult is going to kind of 180 and just head to hopefully a kitchen in the back and see if they have any tea to start making.
Not your home.
I mean, they did tell us the way here. And they did say, make yourselves at home.
They didn't tell us to go rifling through their things. People say that to be polite.
Then what about a nice glass of water? Would that be all right?
Pen will reach down and rifle through her bag and pull out a bottle of water and toss it over to him.
I kind of grab it. Is it warm?
It's one of those like insulated things, so the outside of it is warm, but you can't tell about what's inside of it.
And kind of grabs it, unscrews it, and then takes a drink.
It's reasonably cool. About as cool as you would expect anything here to be, given that they probably don't have indoor plumbing.
Anyone else?
I'm good. And he will just reach into his own duffel bag and pull out a canteen and just take a really long swig and put it back.
As you are all kind of taking a break, taking a seat, taking a drink, doing whatever it is that you are doing whatever it is that you need to do in order to keep kind of like that cool, out of the heat, keeping your body temperatures regulated. The door does open, and in walks a woman who is short in stature. She's very, very thin, very lithe, and her skin has that same olive complexion, maybe just a touch or two darker. Her hair is long down to her waist, and it has braids and beads kind of sewn in within these pale white locks. Her skin it shows the signs of her age. She's got wrinkles on her face and laugh lines where her cheeks are, and her hands have these spider web veins. She carries this giant walking stick, giant rain stick with her as she goes out and hunting, and you can kind of tell that she's got a slight limp. When she makes herself comfortable in her in her home and puts down all of her wares and plops a bag of, you can smell like fresh meat, like that fresh blood of a recent kill. It fills the air in the house, and you sit there probably a bit appreciative of it's not balls hot here, because that smell with heat would not be a good thing, even for the most predator out of all of you. Not in the forms that you find yourselves in right now. She turns back, and her smile is wide, and she kind of gives you all the look over. Her eyes fall on Kult again for just one moment, but she brushes it off as if she either doesn't care or is too caught up in the moment of new company in to really notice.
Pen is on her feet.
Thomas is getting up off of the wall to be more at attention.
Kult kind of makes his way in the back and remains quiet.
Ramsey stays where he is.
Okay. Amelia, your guide, stands at her side and helps her take off all of the different little satchels and things that are kind of hanging off of her shoulders, and helps her set things going into a back room, which you can assume is probably a kitchen area, and kind of helps her relieve herself. And as the only one who speaks Portuguese, and the rest of you kind of relying on Amelia to translate. She leans forward a little bit and kind of gets a better look at all of you. And so you're the ones that they send. Interesting bunch, all of you. And she steps closer. The entire time, Amelia's giving all of you the translation of what she's saying. I have been on this earth for many, many years, and I have never seen such a monotone bunch. And you all get one good look at one another again and realize that everybody but one is wearing some form of camouflage. Whether it be pants or jackets or cavalier vests, and then Kult, even in his nice suit, is still that very neutral tone of just grays and blacks. Her Josephina's inquisitive look turns into a great big smile as she makes her way closer to Pen, and she reaches out her hands.
Pen will tuck her hands into the older woman's and kind of lean down while lifting her knuckles up to her forehead and pressing her forehead against them. Greetings, honored elder. Your home is lovely. In Portuguese.
Mm-hmm. And hearing you speak her native tongue makes her smile even brighter and all that more welcoming. I could tell that you are special, young dear. To hear that you have made yourself attuned with the cultures of these lands is very good. It means that whoever sent you made a good choice.
For the first time since anyone saw her earlier, Pen gives the faintest hint of a smile. My work brings me to this part of the world frequently. It seemed rude not to learn.
Then I assume you might have an idea of what is going on if you have been here in the past.
I have some theories, yes.
She looks to the three gentlemen, and even Kult can feel just this warm, mothering presence as Josephina goes up and kind of everybody individually, she grabs your heads and kind of puts your forehead to hers, and a sort of almost familiar greeting, something that seems, though everybody gets the same treatment, she puts your forehead to hers, and then she takes your hands and she rests your knuckles on her forehead and leaves them there for a moment. Though it happens the same to everybody, as the three of you are getting this welcome, it feels like she's spending that moment to be personal with you. Her presence is different from most Garu that you have interacted with in the past. It is very nice to see the youth coming in and helping us in our time of need. We have many difficulties that are coming to a head, and we need all of the help we could get. Unfortunately, things are not looking good, and we just need someone to look into a slight problem that we have been having. Many weeks ago, big men in suits who find their way into our forest lands bring machinery and means of tearing down everything that is precious to us. Trees are going missing, animals are dying, and unfortunately, our people and the people around us are going missing. And we don't quite know where they are or if they are alive. I have sent some scouts, but the ones who have come back wrangled or injuries above repair. My dear Amelia's mate has been missing for a couple of days, and he's one of our best. I fear for the safety of my people. So I come to you in times of desperation. Please bring my people home. Please find out what it is that is causing all of this damage to our home.
Are they taking only kinfolk or normal humans as well?
No, some of our unawoken have been taken as well. And she says unawoken very pointedly. And you all are able to tell. I'm not going to make anybody roll. Talking about people going missing is very, very upsetting for the woman who is in front of you. You see that after explaining, she begins to kind of shake, and your guide kind of guides her back to a pillow to just kind of sit on and take a moment to keep her head sort of leveled and to help her be able to tell you what's going on. Amelia rests a hand on Josephina's shoulder and looks to you. I believe we have been very rude guests, or hosts. Does anybody need anything to cure their thirst? We do not have much, but we have water, and I have some tea left over from my trip into the city not too long ago. It is the least that we can do.
As she says that, the first time Kult will kind of speak up. Yeah. I'd love a cuppa. That'd be great.
And any others?
I'm fine, thank you.
Same.
And she heads back into the kitchen and begins to prep some tea, and she comes out with a very beautiful and ornate teapot. The teapot itself is a very delicate porcelain. You all get the feeling that it is probably not even from this country. Those who have even a single dot in academics would be able to easily tell that this pottery is probably something that has been produced in somewhere within like the lands of like China, maybe Japan, somewhere off in Asia. And she very delicately pours 2 cups of tea and hands one off to Josephina and the other one off to Kult.
Kult is just gonna smell it before he actually drinks it, just to make sure it's safe.
The first thing that you get a whiff of is it's very bizarre. It doesn't usually grow from grow in this part of the land. Is in elderberry. You get a hint of elderberry and just a very, very slight hint of lavender petal.
In that case, he kind of sips it slowly and just enjoys it.
All right. It tastes. It's a very strong taste. At first, it's bitter, but then something kind of cuts that bitterness. And you're not sure if it's the lavender that's kind of helping cut that bitterness, or if it's something else. But it then tastes slightly citrusy, kind of fading. The flavors fading in and out between bitter and citrus as it settles in your mouth, and then as you swallow, you then get that hit of that lavender petal right in the back of your throat. It's calm, it's relaxing, it's warm. It's very warm. But it makes you feel fully relaxed.
He looks over at Josephine and kind of just says, I don't know your customs here and your burial ways, but would it be at all possible to perhaps see one of these bodies?
Amelia looks at Josephina, and Penn can understand perfectly that she's just translating. Josephina looks up, nods, and grabs her stick to kind of like help support herself back up. And the movement is slow, and kind of drags as she begins to open the door that she had exited from, and looked back, and she just lets off a low whistle as a sort of a universal command that it's time to follow.
Thomas will follow along.
Same.
Kult will go, and he'll take his tea with him.
Same.
All right.
Penn is going to fall into step next to Ramsey.
Okay.
He talks even less than she does, so.
It's fair.
So, Josephina begins to lead all of you into the house is not that far away from where she's living, and then it hits your nose as you begin to approach the house that she's leading you to, and it's that smell of decaying flesh, the smell that when a body of anything that's dying is left down the heat for too long, and how I'd explained that like the smell of just like of death begins to kind of like fill that specific area. It's not a pleasant smell by any stretch of the mean. It even makes Josephina slightly wince, but she goes to open the door and allows you all to walk in, and you all see that the floors of these houses have nothing underneath them. It's just dirt. And you see that the body is lying there in a bit of the hands are crossed over the heart. There are various different types of plants and flowers and just memoriam and celebration, and you can tell that whatever service that they do here is something that is very give back to the earth around them. She gestures to the body, and when you look down and kind of observe, the body itself is mangled. There are gashes and bite marks all on the legs and the chest, and there are cuts along the neck lines, and whatever it is that this person had went through was obviously very traumatic. Josephina takes a minute and rests the knuckles of her hands on his face and then on his forehead, and gives a moment of remembrance before looking up. In our home, when you pass on to another life, we allow your body to become one with the earth again, allowing you to provide one more time for Gaia. We do it in your home as a way of remembrance, and a way of comfort as you take that step. It is said that when you die in comfort of familiar territory, your spirit, your form, is able to pass on with ease. And so when our people die, we make their death as comfortable, if not more comfortable, as their life. As one final thank you.
Are we free to examine the body?
And she takes a step back and gestures towards the body.
Kult just kind of makes his way as she steps back towards it. And did you say it was wrapped up, or is it all kind of splayed out?
It's splayed out. Anything that's covered is being covered by like flowers and plants, leaves, maybe like memorabilia, like any like necklaces or like jewelry that the body might have worn. But the form itself, the only thing that is covering it is like a courtesy cloth, basically. The form itself is completely naked, except for the bits and pieces that need to be covered for sake of respect.
In that case, Kult's going to kind of go down to its level, and first thing, he's just going to smell at the body. Maybe able to smell what did this.
All right. And I'm going to allow anybody who wants to kind of examine this body. You can roll me either wits and let's go either wits and investigation, or maybe we'll do the other one as wits and
Primal urge.
God. No.
I was going to make an argument for enigmas.
Yeah, enigmas
Yeah.
are old.
Puzzle
Yeah.
solving. Oh,
Yeah.
Kult would be good too.
So we'll go all right. Perception and investigation, or wits and enigmas.
Thomas will use wits and enigmas.
Storyteller.
Yes.
Because of my backstory, if it comes into play here, could I use Primal Urge because I'm smelling?
Yes.
And kind of. Okay. Would hunting specialty come into play here?
No.
Okay. Would Black Spiral Dancer come into play here?
Make the roll.
Okay.
I'm going to get standard difficulty, so 6.
Standard difficulty. Yep.
Okay.
I have acute senses smell, so it goes down by 2 for me.
Very nice.
I'm just gonna do perception and investigation.
Okay.
I am not gonna use heightened senses because I don't want Pen to throw up. So
Fair.
5 successes for me.
I forget. Do ones cancel out successes?
Not in my house rules. No.
Okay, got it. In that case, I got 2 successes as well for wits and enigmas.
does an insightful specialization help with this at all?
I'll give it to you.
Not that it matters. Go me. Pen's got them heightened wolfy senses. She's just like, this is really uncomfortable.
This is gross.
Used to dealing with people after they die, and the body's already out of the picture.
Yep. All right. So we'll start with Pen. You go to begin investigate the lacerations of the body. You look over kind of every little scrape and every little nip. Unfortunately, this could be a number of things. This could be a hunt gone terribly wrong. This could be maybe an attack from your kind. You aren't terribly sure. The cuts are all jagged and all over the place, so it's a little bit difficult to get a pinpoint as to what caused the lacerations on the body. The one thing you do notice is whatever did this to this individual could cut very deep. Unfortunately, that's things that cut very deep are a lot of things in the Amazon. You do get upon a little bit further investigation, you do see that one of the cuts does expose bone. Thomas, with you got 2 successes?
That is correct.
All right. With 2 successes, you kind of get the same upon looking at the body, you get the same like vibe as Pen. It could be a number of things. The one thing that you notice, though, that Pen seems to either overlook or hasn't caught onto just yet, there is a chunk of bone that's exposed. There is a very peculiar carving inside of the bone. You don't know what it is off of first glance, but it does not look like it is supposed to be there.
Thomas is going to take a picture of it with his cell phone, just curious above all else.
Hey, Thomas, just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
What's your battery percentage at?
He made sure that he was keeping it charged as long as he could while he was in the city, so it's probably at about like 65% now.
Okay. I will make note of that. So you get a picture of it.
Yep.
Whatever you decide to do with that, you know that that's there. You know that it's completely out of place.
Yep.
Kult. My boy with the 5 successes.
I smell real good.
Oh, you smell. You've got your nose is on it today. You begin to sniff, and the smell of death is the first thing that hits your nose, and it is pungent. But as you kind of push past the scent of death, you begin to hone in and you catch the whiff of something familiar. You smell the worm. And the smell is coming from one lash across the person's chest that hits you the hardest. And then you get the real then it kind of hits you. Smell the worm on this guy. A mega corporation is trying to hone its way in on territory that does not belong to it. I want you to make me one more check, and the difficulty is going to be extremely low. I want you to make me an intelligence and occult. And yes, you can add your specialty.
Difficulty?
We're gonna go difficulty 4 for this for you.
Six successes.
Okay. You know, you've dealt with them in the past. This work is work of a black spiral. You also know that just because of how intense the smell of the worm is, whoever did this to him was not young. Whoever did this to him has something that makes his bite and attacks just all that more. For the lack of better terms, the attacks really did hit differently. They were gnarly and made. They were gnarly and calculated, yet made to look like they made no sense whatsoever. But you know at least what did this.
Kult looks at Josephine and it looks like he's trying to hide anger right now, but he puts on a face of like trying to connect with her, and he just says, would it be all right? It might be a little disrespectful, but it might help us get to the bottom of this if I get a little more physical with the body.
Amelia gives you a look, and it's kind of that was a weird way to phrase it look, but translates it to Josephina, and Josephine looks up at you. And what is it that you wish to do?
There are a few different attacks on this person. I'd like to measure the depth of each of the attacks. For each different depth, it would most likely mean a different assailant, we could probably figure out how many there are.
Josephina stands up from her chair. Or not from her chair. She stands up from kneeling, and takes a couple of steps back. Until she decides to give you all a moment alone to examine the body. She steps out of the home and leaves the four of you there with this mangled, broken individual.
It's just the four of us now.
Yes.
In that case, like a switch, as soon as she leaves the building, Kult will just go into a kind of a lighter mood. Oh, that was a bit awkward, wasn't it? And he'll kind of begin to, measure the depth of these claw wounds and just try and ascertain how many attacked this guy. He stops kind of being gentle. He stops kind of being respectful and just goes to work.
Okay. What are the other three of you doing as Kult is getting to work?
Thomas is going to move over to Penthesilea and say, you know the spirits and the Umbra, yeah?
I do.
Do you know of any symbols that are akin to this? And he will pull out the picture and show like the zoomed in image he got of the inscriptions on the bones. It kind of screams Bane to me.
ST? Can I make like an occult roll or something?
Yeah, make me an intelligence and occult.
Could I assist and maybe give her like an extra die?
How many dots in occult do you have?
2.
I will say you may add one more die to that roll, Pen.
Excellent. Does my creative logic specialty help?
I will give it to you.
Standard diff?
Yes.
Huh, 7.
Jesus.
The world opens up and you see God looking down at all of you disapprovingly.
Listen, I either roll like a god or I roll like absolute trash. There's no in between for me.
Okay.
Termite's not here, so somebody has to have this kind of luck.
Yeah. All right. So, as he shows you this picture, you begin to kind of hone in on all of the training that you've put yourself through in order to get to where you are. From the moment that you linked with the Black Furies, and all of the missions that you were kind of sent on, and in the hopes of making this world ever so slightly better. You've seen this symbol before, but not in the sense of it being a symbol. You've seen the unfortunate circumstances of when somebody gets a little bit of something too close to home. Piecing together from your travels and everything, you are almost 100% certain that that symbol right there is a symbol of someone who is about to go through taint. You aren't sure what kind, but you were almost certain that that little etch is the cause of somebody beginning to manifest that they might have had a little bit too much of something for a little bit too long.
I'll kind of frown a little bit, and I very carefully take the phone from his hands and sort of it takes me a minute to figure out how to zoom in on it. Pen looks awkward with it, but eventually she remembers or figures out the weird reverse pinching motion, and kind of looks at it, and then looks at the body, and then looks at the phone. And then she'll hand it back. It looks like kind of mark you see on someone who's had too much of a bad thing for too long.
Cryptic. I like it.
It's an indication of taint.
Oh. I like that less.
Where on the body was this?
He will point out the jutting out bone that's got it on it.
Yeah. Pen, you saw this bone popping out, but the smell made you a little bit distracted. Because,
yeah, I have wolfy senses. I understand.
Yep.
It's a lot. It's a lot when your senses are this heightened. Yeah, I'll kind of kneel down and get closer just so that I can get a better look. And since Kult is getting to work as he described it, I'll kind of reach over and kind of nudge his shoulder, and when he's paying attention to me, I'll point it out. Taint markings.
Huh. So, this guy was, close to, or something did this to him?
Does it look like it was done to him, or does it look like it was a natural result of what he was into?
It looks like it was carved into him. You can't really tell if it's man-made or if it's a natural occurrence, but it looks like it was carved into the bone.
I don't think he did it to himself. I can't tell you if it was one of us or something else.
Yeah. Makes sense for them.
Them.
And, yeah, we're dealing with, Black Spiral Dancers, so get ready for that, kids.
I'm glad I brought silver ammo then. Not a lot, but
him, and
some.
she'll point at Ramsey.
Yeah, that too. Very happy he's here. Very happy.
No, the second those words are even uttered, he's been kind of leaning against the wall, tapping his foot impatiently, what's the fucking problem? What are we doing? And it stops at that point, and he immediately looks pissed.
ST.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to figure out, and I don't want to say that because it sounds so wrong, but right now, Kult is just sticking fingers into all these claw wounds and trying to figure out like measurements and trying to get a roundabout the number of black spider dancers that kind of attacked this guy. Could I actually do that?
I will give it to you. So they vary. But you aren't quite aware if they vary because of the way that they were attacked, or how many were attacking this person, or how powerful they were. But like some of them range from like the tip of your finger down to like that second knuckle.
Yeah.
Various depths. The deepest one being that one where the bone is exposed. You're able to easily fit your whole middle finger right into that hole, and then you assume that you might actually have some room to keep going. That one is probably the nastiest out of all of them.
Would it be safe to say between 4 to like 10?
It would be safe to say it's definitely not one. You aren't entirely sure how many there are, but it's definitely more than one, probably more than 3.
Okay. In that case, I'm not sure how the others would react to me desecrating this body, but after I've kind of figured this out, he kind of looks over. Right. Probably dealing with definitely more than one. Probably a couple. Maybe 46. Ballparking it. Looks like we might be a bit outnumbered, but I'm sure you guys are for the challenge, yeah? Kind of looks over at like the cannon for that.
He's not listening to you. He's just staring at the body, looking extremely pissed.
Well, I have good news and I have bad news. Good news is I should have enough ammo for each of them if they go down fairly easy. Bad news is if they don't, then, well, I'll only be so much help.
We're not outnumbered.
I'll take that as a good sign.
Everybody roll me perception and alertness.
Oh, great.
Oh, good.
Big roll for me. Big roll.
Standard difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
Going to assume that insightful is not helpful here.
No.
But
Does this involve smell?
No.
Oh, goody. Nothing. I got 0 successes.
0. And I think that's a botch.
Fantastic.
It is a botch. I got 2.
Okay.
hey, I got 1.
Got it.
We are just on fire, guys.
I
I
got
had
1.
5 dice and they all betrayed me.
I am going to make a note.
I didn't want to hear that.
Oh, no.
I didn't want to hear that.
Show me no mercy.
I was gonna argue for like width, but I don't know the situation. Sadly. Yes,
This is a do you notice the thing?
Yeah.
Carry on.
You guys are supposed to tell me where the thing is so I can go kill it. That's not my job.
Ah, shite.
Kind of
You
Kult looks over.
mind
go ahead.
Do you mind if I step out? It's a little overpowering in here.
You go right ahead.
She'll kind of nod a little bit, and we'll step out of the door. She's not going far, but she's gonna go stand like just outside, away from the stench, where there's at least a wall between her and it.
And give me another perception and awareness.
Okay.
This time, you're going to be at a difficulty 7.
Three.
Okay. As you step out and to allow yourself a chance to breathe in, get some air, you allow yourself to just sit and take in your surroundings and feel that heat begin to clog into your pores as like the sweat begins to make its way out. But something seems off. And you kind of begin to hone in just a little bit. And it's barely audible. But you do manage to hear it. The sound of snarling, teeth snapping, and then a gash and a woman crying out. And we are going to go on our 10-minute break.
Shit. Okay.
Welcome back. For those who are watching, where we left off, you had all met with Josephine, the child to Gaia elder of the little pack, the little village. She had explained that there was something going on that's completely entirely wrong, and there were people that were tearing up their homes and taking their people. You had asked to see one of the bodies of one of the maimed that had come back from scouting out ahead, to see that they had passed on, but their body was mangled and torn into. And you had managed to find, with some thorough investigating, that there was hints of black spiral dancers and possible taint on the body of some form or another. 10. You just heard the cries of something either in distress or in combat. The sound is not extremely far, but far enough to where you had to hone in and really pay attention. And as you're listening in a little bit more, the fight sounds like it's getting more intense.
Okay. First things first, I'm gonna push the door back open and say, we gotta go, they're here. And second, I am going to spend a point of rage to instantly shift to Karma's form.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Perfection.
Yeah.
And then I am taking off in that direction.
Kult will follow.
Yeah, Ramsey hears that. He's out.
Thomas will follow after working to spend he will spend a point of rage and shift into Glabro.
All right.
I'll spend a point of rage to go to Kratos.
And is Kult following pursuit, or is Kult just stuck in human form?
He'll stay in human form.
Yeah. I'm not gonna make you guys roll to follow the sound. We'll say that you all managed to catch on to the sound of the fighting going on, and begin to follow that sound all the way. And it's a little bit of a run. It's not as far as you would assume, but it's not right there. There's a little bit of travel involved, and when you pull up, the first thing that you notice is there are 5 Garu. All of them are in Krynos form. All of them are fighting. Some of them have weapons, some of them are using their claws, and it is an ugly sight. You see one of them have some blade in their hand, and they take a swing at a white-haired wolf, making them stumble back. Somebody, I'll allow one of you to give me a wits and empathy.
I can do it.
Okay.
Three successes.
So the empathy is to kind of notice a couple of different things about this form that's in front of you that just took a hit. The first thing is you notice a limp on the leg. And the other thing that you notice just by looking is whatever is happening, the one that just took a hit looks like it in itself is on its last leg. You can tell that it's probably doesn't have a whole lot of time before whatever or whoever this is going.
Yep. I think Thomas would immediately begin aiming for the one with what he's assuming is a clave.
Okay. If your intent is to all get into combat, because combat is already quote-unquote active, I need everybody to make me an initiative roll. For those who do not know what the initiative roll is, the initiative roll is your combined total of dexterity and wits.
That's a 2 from me.
Four from me.
5.
Six.
Well, goddamn.
What? No, 3. God, what just happened?
No,
That's 4.
Yeah, that's 4.
Yeah, okay. God, I could not count that. Yeah, 4 from me. Sorry.
Thomas, what is your dexterity score?
My dexterity is 3.
And Ramsey, what is yours?
My dexterity?
Mm-hmm.
2.
Okay. So that means Thomas is going to go first in the initiative order.
Okay.
I am also going to make some rolls back here as well. All right, so we've got 2, 4, 5, 4. And then those, I'm just going to make note of the initiatives.
getting nervous from the silence.
It's initiative calculation. You'll be fine.
Yep, don't worry.
He just rolled 10 successes. We're all dead.
Shit. On the plus side, he used all of his rage, so he lost the wolf.
Let's go.
I think you have to use all of your rage and all of your willpower to lose the wolf.
He did that too.
All right. So, in the bot channel, I noted the initiative order for us.
Seems right.
So,
Damn it.
we are going to get started. The first turn is fairly moot point. He is going to just make another attack with his glaive towards the white-haired wolf.
Fuck her mother.
Won't say that again, boy. All right. All right. That is going to hit for that. Okay. All right. So you guys see as you're getting ready to saddle up and get ready to fight, the man with the glaive takes another hit at the white-haired wolf and sinks that glaive right into the abdomen area. It rips one giant deep cut right into the middle section, and it pulls out. The blood is starting to coat the fur as well as some of the other nips and bites and everything. She stumbles back a little bit, but then her claws begin to extend out forward. And you are the first on the initiative tracker for your team.
You said the white-haired wolf looks like it's on its last legs, right?
Yes.
Okay. I am charging directly at the two of them. I want to kind of like jump to put myself between the guy with the glaive and the white-haired wolf. And I want to reach behind me and like put my hand on the white-haired wolf, and I want to use Mother's Touch.
Okay. Let me...
Like, I'm still facing the Black Spiral Dancer, because you don't turn your back on them, but like also I have a thing I need to do. So I'm gonna spend a point of Gnosis, and I need to know the white-haired wolf's current rage.
Her current rage is 3.
Okay. Awesome. Difficulties, target's current rage. Awesome. Cool. This is intelligence and empathy. This is 7 die pull at difficulty 3. Please God, don't botch. Would be stupid. Yep. That's 6 successes.
Okay.
Each success heals 1 level of lethal bashing or aggravated damage. And can even heal fresh battle scars.
That's fun.
If this is considered a fresh battle scar, I will spend a point of gnosis to be able to heal it, because apparently that's part of it. It says the healer may even heal fresh battle scars in this manner if the gift is applied during the same scene in which the scar is received, and an extra gnosis point is spent.
All right, so you want to spend a second gnosis point to heal up that scar?
Yes. I'm assuming, I don't know for sure. I'm assuming that battle scars have like a mechanical disadvantage that comes with them, so.
Okay.
Maybe heal a limp.
That'd be nice.
Well, I just healed 6 levels of up to lethal, depending on what they have, so.
I thought you said it could heal aggravated too.
Oh, yes. Sorry. I keep forgetting that that aggravated is higher than lethal. That was my brain didn't swap them. So yes, up to aggravated. Sorry.
All right.
So hopefully they're much better off now.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right. So that is at the end of your turn.
Yeah. It's worth noting that Pen in Krynos is still smaller than most Garu in Krynos. She's, in general, seems to be a fairly petite Garu, but she is all black, fur-wise, and she has the same, like, kind of bright gold eyes. And that's it.
So up next is this white wolf's turn. I'm gonna make a couple of rolls. Her nails begin to lengthen and form and kind of form a natural curve. She looks a lot better. Still has some scarring and still has that limp, but looks a lot healthier. It doesn't look like she's on death's door anymore. I will say for the sake, had you not stepped in and healed her, if she had taken one more, she probably would have died. So she is, with her nails, she's going to move Pen out of the way and snarl right in this creature's face, and she's going to sink her nails right into his shoulders and try to rip his arms off. I'm gonna make another roll just to see.
Get him, Josie.
Josephine. Josephine.
All right, awesome. So you guys see the power of being old and wise can do to you, as she rips right into this guy's arm and okay, I'm just gonna roll the damage on that. Okay, all right. So he's not looking super good right now, as she uses all of the strength of one of her claws and just rips right into his shoulder blade and almost cleanly cleaves this guy's arm off. Blood begins to squirt right out and is pooling up in a little puddle on the ground. He howls out in pain and begins to kind of like stumble back and forth a little bit as he's trying to. Not the hand with the cleave, but he is going to be at some serious penalties. Up next is the next Black Spiral Dancer. seeing that somebody stepped in the way, he's going to turn and face the rest of the group. Kult, you're 1, Thomas, you're 2, Ramsey, you're 3. Oh, goody. Kult.
Yes, give it to me. Yes.
Damn it.
On the plus side, each time we get hit, we get rage back, so there's that.
Come on, squishy boy, you'll be fine.
All right. He is going to run up and try to take a hit. Now, as the rules state, you have a couple of different things that you can do. 1, you can sit here and take it. 2, you can attempt to dodge out of the attack. If you dodge, you use your action. You can parry, which also eats up your action. So yeah, you have 3 options.
Okay, I mean, you know me. I'm just gonna take it. You know?
You're just going to take it.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
He's just gonna take it.
Oh, he's just gonna take it.
Yes.
I mean, knowing Kult and his benefits of being what he is, he knows that he can heal pretty much in any form. Yeah, he'll take it.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that roll. The black spiral dancer that's coming after you, he runs up and he goes in he's going to do a bite, and then he's going to expend some stamina to attack you twice. That second one's going to be at a bit of a penalty. So the bite is going to hit at full force.
Actually, ST,
Yes.
would you allow me your decision here? For my action, could I possibly try and talk to this black spiral dancer before he hits me?
You would have to wait for your action.
Okay, that's fair.
So he's going to go in. He's going to go in for that bite. Right. And that is going to connect because you are not taking any actions to dodge. And what is your soak?
Soak is stamina.
That's just my stamina, right?
Yeah, so I'll have to roll that after he takes the damage.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a tank with my stamina of 2.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
There it is. Okay. Okay. You are going to take 4 points of aggravated damage before your soak. So go ahead and roll to soak up some of that damage.
What's the difficulty of that?
Standard.
Yeah, I believe
Standard.
it's 6. Yeah.
Okay. 1.
All right, so you soak 1 point of aggravated damage.
Cool.
And then
Fuck do you look right now?
Pretty fucked.
Okay. And just gonna be jumping around like a flea healing people.
all right. And then he is going to go in and he's going to try to claw at you next. Are you, you already stated that you're just going to take the attacks?
Yeah.
Good news is because, you know, he already attacked you once, he is going to be at a slight penalty. Yep.
Just a smidgen.
Right. And you're going to go ahead and take another 3 points of aggravated damage. Go ahead and roll your soak for that as well.
Love it. One success.
All right, you get to soak 1 more point of aggravated damage.
I believe that puts him at mauled.
That's 3 lethal and 2 aggravated.
Oh no, it's all aggravated.
It's all.
Oh, okay.
All right. Up next on our turn order is Thomas.
Alrighty, Thomas is going to just see all of the claws and claves and arms flying, and he's just going to look at the black spiral dancer that does not look to be tied up in any melees, and he is going to raise his 4570 and try to blast the motherfucker.
Okay, go ahead and give me that roll of, believe that is dexterity and firearms.
And I'm going to go ahead and spend a point of willpower to get an automatic success because I really want this motherfucker to die.
Okay.
Glad I spent it. I hit 2 successes.
Okay. I am going to say that he is going to forfeit his turn to try to dodge out of the way. And try. Oh, actually. No, I'm gonna actually let him take it.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okie dokie. I forget, do extra successes get added as damage dice?
Yes.
Okay.
So you get 2 dice. And I assume that these are with the regular bullets?
These are in fact regular bullets because I didn't start with the silver loaded in. Because I figured we would be taking care of like the human element of Pentax, not this immediately. So that's 5 points of damage.
Okay.
I really wish those 10s did something for me. Oh well.
Yes, unfortunately 10s don't double the damage.
Nope.
But 5 is still not bad.
Yeah.
All right. So I will go ahead and remove. Believe, bullets. Give me a reminder. Are
They are lethal.
lethal? Lethal. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, perfect. We are going to move down the list. Ramsey, it is your turn.
Alright, so we have one on Penn and Josie over there. One ran over to the Kult. So there are two off to the side at this point? Or where are they exactly?
So they were all originally getting ready to surround Josie. So they're all kind of around, not like clumped in together specifically, but kind of staggered all about, kind of surrounding the two of them. Penn had just found enough room to kind of break in and get in between between the two others, but all of them are kind of beginning to either close in on Josephine or go after Kult.
Cool. 2-on-1 sounds pretty good. So Ramsey is this hulking fucking brute. Shaggy brown and gray and black. Kind of a mess of a pattern and everywhere. As far as his fur coat goes. But you do see like this massive ripping scar going down his back even as he transforms. With that, well, he did say he was going to be a cannon, so he's going to bull rush the other two. And are they turning to face the newcomers, or are they still looking at Josephine?
It looks like that one of them's got their eyes just focused on Josephine. The other one is about to like turn to the group of you.
Cool. That one made a mistake now looking at me. I'm going to go to the one with his back turned, and I am going to try to probably break his spine if I can. So, I'm going to bull rush, and with all the strength I have, kind of like stop short, and then just he takes a stance and shoves his fist as deep into the guy's back as I can. And this is going to be with claws. I'm going to use Iron Resolve. And spend a willpower point to get 2 successes rather than 1 in order to attack.
Okay.
And this would be Strength and Brawl.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought it would be Dexterity and Brawl.
Are you so hold on, are you trying to go in and make the attack, or are you trying to like, my apologies, are you trying to like get him into like that grapple first?
I'll try to attack.
Okay, if it's attack, then it's Dexterity and Brawl.
Okay, then I misunderstood a lot that was happening here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that then.
All right, go ahead and give me that roll, and you get 2 automatic successes from.
What would be the difficulty on this?
You're just, yeah, 6 would be.
Okay. 5 with the 2 I got from spending my willpower.
All right. So you go in and you bull rush this guy who's about to turn to face you, and before he's able to make any attacks, your claws reach in right on the small of his back, and you rip right in, and you begin to force your hand around the base of his spine. I need you to roll me your damage, which is your strength plus your successes, which is 5. So yeah, your strength plus 5.
Oof, dude's got no soak. That sucks for him.
Well, you apply soak after the damage is rolled.
That
That's
sucks.
fair.
So 3, and then your claws provide another +2 to that. So that's 5 successes. And he is going to attempt to soak some of that damage. Okay. So the attack connects, and you think that you manage to grab a hold of his spine. But it doesn't seem to do a whole lot to him. Guy soaked really, really well. So you think that despite your fist in him, he's got a lot more bulk than you've got claw. Takes only 1 point of damage from that. All right. Up next on the tracker, we have got, funny enough, the guy that you've got a hold of. He's going to turn back, and he is going to give you a taste of your medicine. Now, you have the option to either take the damage and keep your next turn, or you can forfeit your next turn to dodge or parry.
I'll just take them.
Okay. Okay, and he got 3 successes. So, strength 3. Ooh. Do me a favor and roll your soak. That is your stamina score. Two? Okay. The good news is you only take 3 aggravated damage from that. He is only going to keep to his 1 attack, though. And we are going to move on to Black Spiral Dancer 4, who is going to attempt another attack on Josephina. And I'm just gonna go ahead and roll all of those dice behind. You guys hear another yelp from Josephina as he manages to get her in her back, putting her in another not great state. we are going to move to Kult.
Yeah.
Got it.
Cult's not looking good. So I've got one guy on me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Question. I can't heal any of this damage because it's aggravated, right?
Healing.
I believe I can only heal bashing and lethal in combat.
Let me pull up.
Correct.
Correct,
Gara can regenerate 1 lethal or bashing health level per turn.
Okay, so I can't heal. In that case, the -2 dice penalty, is that to every type of roll?
Yes.
Ooh. That changes things. How far from me to the others would you say?
From you to the others, probably only a couple of feet. Probably like 5 feet. Between you and Pen. The others are kind of in your area still. With Ramsey maybe being like the one that might be like the furthest away to go and attack the other guy, but because he went raging bull on that guy's ass.
Okay. In that case, Kult is going to run up to this Black Spiral Dancer, and he is going to put both of his hands on his like head and kind of pull him down a little bit, and just kind of under his breath whisper, "You stupid cunt. I'm on your side. I'm undercover. Sent here by Home Office, you twat. You're fighting the wrong one." And I'm going to kind of pull out my necklace and let him get a good smell of it.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. Okay, I want you to roll me. We'll go. We'll go manipulation and subterfuge.
And can I add tall tales to that and coercion?
I will let you use your coercion specialty. Just remember, you get you are at -2 dice for this roll.
Yeah. Difficulty?
Standard.
Can I get a -1 because of the necklace?
I'll actually, you know what? You are right. You do have the necklace that would make you smelly of the worm in one form or another. I'll make it difficulty 5.
5. Okay. This is going to be a -2, so... Pretty good.
Yeah.
8 successes.
Yep. Yeah. 8. 8 successes. All right. Just remember, you are at -2 dice for this.
Yeah, I took off the specialties.
The specialties don't give you extra dice.
Oh, they don't?
No, they allow you to double 10s.
Oh, then that roll's wrong. Hang on.
All right. I'll just take off 2 successes. I'm not going to make you roll again. So that is actually just 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes, which is still really good.
You know what? I'll just because if I fail this, I die. Could I use like a willpower to re-roll that just one failure?
Yeah, I'll allow you to re-roll that willpower. And just so everybody at the table is aware, another one of my house rules is you can either use a will point to gain an automatic success or to re-roll up to 3 failures. But you have to decide before you make the roll if you're using a willpower beforehand for the auto success or to re-roll those 3 failures.
Got it.
That's 7 successes.
Okay. He looks in the eyes. His eyes are intense. They are scary. You are looking not good, my friend. You know that right now your life is probably in this guy's hands. So you pull out the necklace and you show it off and you let him know that you're a member of his team. And the rage that is in his eyes intensifies and he gets closer to you and you know that growl that gives like a hot breath. His hot breath hits you right in the face. And then he turns to Pen. And is that your turn?
That's my turn.
And we're going to move on to the next guy, who is going to use this turn to step back. He's going to take his glaive and he's going to attempt to cut to kind of sidestep Pen in order to get Josephine again. This time it's gonna be taking a hefty amount of penalties because he is missing an arm. Okay, and he's gonna botch that roll.
Womp womp.
And he's gonna hit himself instead. And as he is getting up to raise and take a hit, you're able to get a look at the blade. It is silver. So
noted.
This one is going to hurt. Okay. Alright, well, alright, so guy's looking a little bit worse off. I love being the detriment. I love being the hero and the villain in my own story. Right. He slings back and lets out another howl, and begins to practically foam at the mouth. He is looking very, very, very bad. 10, it's your turn.
Okay, before I do anything, I have a quick question, because I looked up the mechanics on the battle scar stuff.
Yeah.
Was Josephine at the point where she was having to use rage to not die when I healed her?
Yes.
Okay, well then yes, I do lose that second point of gnosis. Cool. How fucked up does she look versus how fucked up does Kult look?
With the healing that you gave her, it's a little bit up in the air. They're both looking pretty messed up right now.
I'm 2 away from being dead.
Well, incapacitated, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You have the gut feeling that with the healing that you gave her, Josephine can probably hold her own for a little bit longer than Kult can right now.
Okay. Well, then if I'm able to, I want to close the distance between me and Kult.
Okay.
And spend another point of Gnosis. I'm getting so fucking low on this. Gonna need to take a trip to the Umbra soon. And I will use Mother's Touch again. Int and empathy. What's your current rage at, Kult?
3.
3. Oh well. At least everybody's low. Six successes again.
All right. So you heal for 6.
6 levels of aggravated just gone.
I'm back to full.
And you said one of them had turned toward me, right?
Yes.
I am just effectively gonna lock eyes and snarl at him.
All right. So, up next is Josephine. Let me see what she's going to do.
Actually, I just realized that this was a thing that I could do, and I'm sorry that I didn't. I kind of forgot about it. Could I spend a point of rage for an extra action?
Yeah.
Cool. I'd like to actually hit something during the combat. That's all.
Sure.
I want to take a swipe at the guy who's looking at me.
Yeah, definitely. Feel free to go ahead and take a swipe. He's not going to block it, so. What are you
that's good, 'cause I've got-
looking?
Huh?
What are you going to be attacking with?
Just claws.
Okay.
Not my best die pull ever. I'm gonna willpower for an auto success.
Okay. So that would be your dexterity and your brawl.
4 total.
Not bad. All right. Go ahead and roll me your strength plus your successes.
Wait, I'm reading JD's things. He was saying you can't spend Gnosis and Rage in the same turn.
Oh, fuck you right. No, I forgot about that. Sorry. Ignore me.
No, it is okay. I missed that completely as well.
Sorry, I was just like, wait, I thought I just had an understanding of how this works.
No. You did it right.
Sorry.
This is still a learning
this is
process.
BP trying to adjust to learning a whole new set of mechanics because I'm no longer playing Galliard. I'm not just running in and beating the shit out of things anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you can still take another action, but you have to split your dice pool.
Yeah, at that point, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, okay.
Dice pool sucks because I'm only at 5 to hit, so it's okay. I'll take my willpower back. It's all good. Or my rage back and my willpower back.
Yep. All right. It is Josephine's turn. And She is going to attempt to just finish off the gentleman who is trying to attack her by giving him another rip and tear. And you all see this guy who, at one point when you had first arrived, the tables were turned and he looked like he was about to get her. With one more swipe at this guy, he staggers back and drops his glaive. And in the most dramatic fashion, you see him fall back. His breaths are heavy and staggered, and she's going to spend one point of rage to just get one more swipe at him. Thus, taking one off of the battlefield.
Fantastic.
Now, we are going to move on. It is now it is now the gentleman who was going to attack, who was attacking Kult, and is now going to take a hit at Pen. Do you want to take the damage, or would you like to try to use your action to dodge or parry?
I'll take it. I have people I have to heal still, so.
Okay. And what is your stamina, just so I know?
5.
5. Are you sure it's 5? Because on your sheet it says 2.
I'm in Krynos, so it's 5.
Oh, correct. Yep. Okay.
Shit, that's right. Oops.
I was wondering when you said that you only had 2 decks, I was just like, that seems really low.
Yeah, I was like, Krynos bumps it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot, but a little.
Well, say something. I'm stupid.
I had literally just talked about it like 10 minutes prior, so I assumed. I love you, Grizz.
Okay, so obviously the attack is going. Yep.
You okay?
Uh-huh.
What did he
I'm
roll?
So sorry.
Oh boy.
Oh my.
Okay. So he got 8 successes.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Jesus. Okay.
Okay.
Well, then
Okay.
my silk would have been different too. I don't know. Yeah, so-
Is ST?
Yeah.
Is there anything I can spend to do something outside my turn to like help with this?
Do you have any gifts that allow you to act outside your turn?
No.
Then no.
Okay.
Go ahead and make me a stamina roll.
I'm gonna spend a willpower for an auto success.
Yeah, it's fair.
One. Two. Sorry.
2. Okay.
Great. Awesome.
You take 5 points of aggravated damage.
Immediately to Mauled.
And Kult, this guy swings at Pen and then gives you the biggest smirk.
Might as well just give you a thumbs up.
Could I? Could I? Does it look like he's like going to attack again?
No.
No. Okay.
It looks like he's got. It looks like she was just a thing that he was going to get on the way. He now looks like he's got another target on his mind.
In that case, I'm just gonna give him a big evil smile back. Like, yeah, good boy.
Since I'm literally right fucking here and facing these guys, can I make like an empathy check or something?
Yeah, I'll allow it. Give me wits and empathy. Just remember, you get -2 dice.
When the traitor gives the bad guys a thumbs up next to the good guys and is like, no,
Yeah,
I'm
no
totally
shit.
on your side. Yeah, sure.
I do the Fonz double thumbs up. Hey.
I'm getting major I'm the spy vibes from this.
1 success.
This seems completely normal.
Okay.
I slap him on the ass as he goes.
God.
Bro, that's for the after party. What are you doing, brother?
Right.
Yeah.
Go get him, boy.
All right. But yeah, Pen with 1 success. I mean, like, it seems odd, but like, Cult's on your side, right? Cult's completely on your side.
Right.
So it's just, it's just a little odd. It's just a little fun little guy. That's all. Up next is Thomas.
All right. So what Thomas is going to do is he's going to pull the lever on his 45, and he's going to take one of the silver bullets from his jacket and put it into the barrel, so that way the next round will be a silver shot.
All right.
And I'm going to go ahead and since I can reload a round for free, I'm going to use my turn to activate Apecraft's Blessing, or will attempt to at least.
All right. Would you like to tell the viewers at home what that does?
I would absolutely love to. What that means is that I will need to make a roll at difficulty 7 of Wits and Crafts, and for each success I get, it lowers the difficulty of my next use of a tool made by humans, such as a gun, by 1.
All right. Give me that roll.
Come on, hit it. I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna use a willpower just to make sure I get this.
Okay. Good to me.
So that would be a grand total of 3 successes, so that way I will reduce the next attack with my gun by 3.
Okay.
And then I will spend a point of rage to use that attack.
All right, and you didn't have to use a point of to act. So
I did not.
You are good. Go ahead and make that attack.
Okie dokie.
And
So
who are you aiming for?
that is a fantastic question. I'm thinking I'm going to aim for the guy that I shot originally, because I want to focus fire and put him down as quickly as possible.
Sure. Go ahead and make that attack.
Alrighty then. So yeah, so here we go.
Fire everything. Ooh.
So that'll be 5 successes.
Fantastic. Yeah. All right. He... Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, I will roll the base, and then then you'll let me know if I got any net successes for extra damage, correct?
Yeah, so you managed to hit with all. I attempted to dodge and I didn't get any successes.
Oh, damn, okay. Here we go.
Yeah. That's the unfortunate. The dice giveth and the dice taketh away.
That would be 6 successes of aggravated damage, and since it's silver, he can't soak it outside of his breed form.
Perfect.
So unless he's a metis, I think he might be hurting.
Yeah, he is. He is not looking good. Well, I'll tell you that bullet, that one bullet, was enough to you did. I can't say the word because
incapacitate.
Incapacitate. Yes.
Yeah. So Thomas just puts the round in and then just flips the lever action rifle closed, aims and fires like right through around where the heart is to put the Black Spiral Dancer down.
Phenomenal. Ramsey, it's your turn.
Cool. Let's see if I do this right this time, because I got more stuff. Alright, so that guy's directly in front of me and he struck back. It was cute. I'm gonna punch him again.
You're gonna do it.
Yeah, no. This time it's with 1 more point. I'm gonna spend a rage point to attack twice, but I'll do the first one first. Gonna spend a point of willpower to get 2 successes.
And are you punching him or are you using...
I say go for the claws. Aggravated damage is always better.
Well, I'll try to use the Iron Fist specialty I have in my strength.
That's right. You've got special stuff. Got it.
Yeah.
So, curling up my fist and sending it into his rib cage up towards his heart. This is going to be 7? Yes. 2 10s, but that's going to be 4 successes.
Okay.
I'm not rolling well today.
It connects.
Okay.
So you get to roll your, I believe it's your strength, plus the 4 successes.
Nice. And will my Iron Fist give me anything for this? That'll count as 10s, right?
You cannot double 10s on damage dice.
Hey, okay. Okay. 2.
I think that specialty would come more in play if we were trying to bust something down or break something.
I know, but I'm trying to bust him down and break him.
That's fair.
That's not too terrible. 6, 10, 10, 6, 9, 7. For 6 successes.
Damn.
Yeah, that is 6 successes. Now he is... You do manage. This time it connects and this time it hurts as you take your arm out and then rip it right back in and go up. And he is gonna take a lot of damage from that, and he himself is also not looking 100%.
Well, this is just gonna get real gruesome. So my arm is currently inside of his body.
Yes.
So I will spend a point of rage to use my claws and rake him as I pull it out.
Okay.
Oh.
Go ahead. I will say, I'm going to give you an additional 2 dice because you're... You're already.
Yeah, no, you don't have to say it. I get it. You're good.
Thanks. I did not know how to word that.
You're fine. Guys, how do I say this? Don't say it, please. It's fine.
Don't.
It's so
You just
totally,
don't.
You did so good. 9. Mary Mother of God. That's 7.
All right. Yeah. Roll that damage. Your strength plus the number of successes. This time it's aggravated. So go ahead and roll those dice.
Sure. God, math is hard. Yes. Uh, 7? No. Yeah.
Yeah. So your fist rips up, and as you go down, you get a good feel for the heart, and the claws that you have rip the arteries from his heart, and you drag it down, clawing the inside of him. And as you take your arm out, you realize that his heart is just resting in the palm of your hand, and just with the tip of your finger, you push him over, and he splatters out on the floor, unmoving, unbreathing, and his heart begins to slowly slow down the pumps until it in itself dies in your hand.
So, there was a guy like standing next to me, right?
There's not anymore.
Oh, okay, that's a shame. Well, I'm just gonna turn holding this and, let's see if, no, let's see how everyone else is doing. That's my turn. I'm done.
Alright.
Yeah.
Originally it was that guy's turn. It is that no longer. So we're just gonna move on to the fourth one, who, now that he's got nobody in his way, he's gonna try to take a little smackaroony up on Thomas, 1 or 2.
Let's go with the dose.
Okay. Oh, look, it is your lucky day. We are going to, he's gonna run after Thomas.
Oh boy.
All right.
Better you than me.
Yeah. Give me my medicine.
I can heal you. I can't heal myself.
Yeah. Thankfully, since I'm not in my breed form, at least I can soak this.
Mm-hmm. And he is going to go in and take 2. He's going to spend a point of rage, and he's going to take 2 attacks at you.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Are you going to attempt to dodge, parry, or are you going to take it?
I'm going to attempt to, like, block, basically just like trying to like catch his arm with the stock of my gun to try to keep him from getting like too deep into my everything. But yeah, so I'm going to try to defend myself from the first attack at least.
Okay, so you're forfeiting your turn to
Parry.
Parry. Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me I
believe it technically would be Dex and melee, but I'm kind of going for more like a Dex and brawl thing, just trying to like move my form against his own. Unless you would prefer that I just try to like dodge, because I can just
no. I'm gonna have you roll Dex and Brawl then to attempt that parry.
Okay.
Let me know how many successes you get.
Three.
Okay.
And here's where I'm really wishing Galabro did something for my dexterity, but here we go.
Okay. See, you parry for 3. He still manages to hit. Just not by much.
I'll take not by much.
Yeah. He got 5 successes. So take off 3 of those. Okay, so go ahead and roll me your soak.
Okay. I have a stamina of 4 in Galabro and 1 for my reinforced clothing, so here we go. Three soaked.
Okay, so you take 1 point of aggravated damage.
Easy.
Okay, and then he's going to take the second attack that you don't parry or block.
Nope, I just like put my stock up against his shoulder, just like ha, and then he digs his claw into me. Ugh.
All right, go ahead and just roll me your stamina outright, just so I know.
Will do. Two.
Right, you take another 3 points of aggravated damage.
Okay.
And that is his turn.
And I get a point of rage back from getting smacked.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Up next, the traitor himself.
That must be me. Question, ST. Did you say that one of them fell incapacitated, like they're still alive, or are they all the others are dead?
2 of them are just outright dead.
But one's still breathing, like on the ground breathing.
No, dead.
Okay. Is the one that I talked to still standing?
Yes.
He's the one that clawed into my everything.
Okay.
No, the one that he is talking to.
No, he's the one who clawed into my everything.
Oh, right. Okay.
And he's still standing and everything.
Yep. He looks like he's going in for Josephine.
Does it look like he's hurt?
No. Neither you nor Penn could get at him. Well, you forfeited your turn to try to convince him that you were on the boys' side.
Question. Does simple talking and movement count as an action?
No.
Okay. In that case, Kult is going to run at the one he talked to and kind of get in front of him. And he's going to spend a Gnosis point. And he's going to use a create element. And I'm going to try and enclose his legs in pure stone.
All right.
Fancy.
Give me the roll.
Five successes. Very nice.
Oh yeah. You get up in his business as he's running towards Josephine, and all of you begin to see earth and stone kind of meld and like reform, making barriers around his feet. He tries to kind of lift his legs up and struggles for a little bit. For the intents and purposes, he is completely stuck in place, which will make hitting him a lot easier.
Well, I'm going to say, after sealing him in stone, his legs, I'm going to kind of rush up into his face, and I'm just going to say, "Don't be stupid, mutt. Surrender here, and I can save you. I'll get you out at a later time. Stay down." And then I'm going to quickly jump back and just shout out to the group, "We're taking this one alive!"
Says fucking you.
Yeah, you don't know Ramsey very well yet, but
That bitch almost killed me. He's a dead man walking.
Cult's just, we need to find out what's happening. But yeah, that's my turn.
The answers.
Because a bunch of Garu and Krynos form are the most reasonable people on the planet.
Absolutely. I'm literally
I leave it to them.
I'm holding somebody's heart. I am holding someone's heart.
The only one who might be reasonable is the Glabro, and he's still very like, "Oh, hey, Black Spiral Dancers, they gotta die."
Do I need to roll anything from what I told him, or no?
No. Your manipulation of his little wolf mind is still reigning true.
Okay. Does he go into like a surrendering posture then, or something?
We'll see.
Might be until someone smacks him.
Well, that's my turn. I leave it to the group.
All right, Pen, it is your turn.
Josephine's still hurt, right?
Yes.
Well, I'm fucked up, but I can't heal myself, so I'm going for her.
All right. Go ahead and spend your Gnosis point and give me that roll.
And I got a -2. Great. What's her rage at? 2?
It's 2. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I think the lowest we can go is 3 anyway. So. Uh, 4 successes.
All right, and she looks very well off right now. She looks healthy as an old wolf can be. She looks like she's light and has some pep on her feet. And even in her form that she is in, you can see that the look that she gives you is appreciative. And then it quickly turns into anger as she goes after the guy who attacked you.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And we're gonna have some fun with this one.
Kult in his mind right now is just thinking, moron.
Who is, Josephine or that guy?
Josephine.
Ah, well.
She's only gonna go in for one attack though. Right. She runs in and just bites him on the neck and rips off a chunk of flesh and little again, like because she bit him like where like an artery is, just little like squirts of blood start popping out, and a lot of blood puddles on the floor right now if you couldn't tell. Anyway,
We're here for it. I'm here for the blood puddles.
We are going to move on. That guy is had enough, and he is going to attempt to take another swing at Josephine. Oh, that's gnarly. Okay. Oh boy. All right. So, in their up close and personal confrontation with one another, the one who has the barricades and everything takes one ginormous swing at her chest and drags it all the way down. And she stumbles back and whimpers. And she begins to stumble back a little bit further.
God damn it, Josie, please stop. Well, I've only got one more point of gnosis left.
And she looks at you, Pen. She stumbles back a little bit more. And she takes off running into the heavier forest area.
Does she look like she's dying, or does she look like she's getting the hell out of Dodge because she is close to dying?
Make me wits and empathy.
Okay, this is not a terrible fucking thing for me, but I'll try. Gotta burn a willpower. Standard diff?
Standard, yep.
Four successes?
All right. The look in her eyes, just, you can instantly tell if she gets hit one more, she's probably done for.
Okay, so this is I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge before I die.
Yeah.
Okay, I just nod at her as she runs by, and if I can, for a free action, I want to shift to like put my back to where she fled to, so that I'm kind of playing goalie.
Okay. Thomas, you got big mans in your face.
I sure do. I am going to just be like looking at Big Man and just, like right in the eye with one hand reaching back into my pocket. I'm like, God, you fucking black spiral dancer fucks always reek. And I'm just gonna slide another silver round into my gun, cock it, and try to cram the barrel under his jaw and fire up into his head. And I am going to use a point of willpower, not for the automatic success, but to ignore wound penalties for this round.
Sure, yeah, go ahead and make that roll.
Okie dokie. 3 successes.
Okay. And he's going to take it.
Okie dokie. That is 4 points of aggravated silver damage that cannot be soaked outside of the breed form.
Go ahead. I want you to explain how you take this one out.
Okay, so as I'm just like feeling his claw digging into my gut, the side of my gut, and I can just feel him like clawing in there, I'm just like, you really should pay more attention. As I will just turn my rifle around, stick it up under his chin, like right where like the neck meets the bottom of the head, and put it up and put a round up through his jaw up into his skull. And then as he falls, I will just like grab his arm and just pull the claws out of me, like, oh, that I never get used to feeling that. Ow.
Right. Now, you all have one guy left, and he's in stone, not able to really do anything else because he looks pretty injured himself. I will give you all the option. You can follow what Kult suggests and keep him alive, or you can come together and take care of him.
Cult's eyes are wide open. Like,
so I just if I was gonna say, since it's heading into Ramsey's turn, he was heading straight for that fucker, stone or not. And I, just for Cult's sake, it's clear to see like his Ramsey's fully intending on killing him. You can just gotta see it in his eyes. I'll say that. So if you wish to like fully say or pitch something else, because Ramsey wasn't listening when you were yelling earlier. What makes that clear? Yeah.
Pen's not getting into any of this. The second it's clear that the last guy is not something she needs to worry about, she's turning to go after Jesse. Have fun breaking the tie, Saul.
And then there was one.
And then there was the Ragabash. I think, you know what? I'm gonna flip a coin.
Oh dear.
That's some cold shit.
I'm the trick.
Hey, I've done that and had the fate of an entire game hinge on that coin flip.
I'm a trickster. What do you want? He doesn't know what he do. He can see both sides.
No. Let me explain. I think it's cool as shit. I'm just saying it's cold as fuck.
Oh, it absolutely is. I'm basing this guy's entire existence on a fucking coin flip. Here we go.
Yeah, be like that sometimes.
Okay, heads he lives, tails, bye-bye. Have fun, Ramsey.
Oh, is that in character?
That is, well, out of character, but also in character. Like he's just literally. If he had the time, he would flip a coin, just like call it, and just be like, "Oh well," and then just like sit back and watch. Oh well, actually, he'd probably move closer, and also, if Ramsey would let him start beating this guy down with the butt of his rifle, doesn't kill him, but you know, it makes him feel better.
if I can't do anything out of my turn, then
no, we're not. I don't think we're in turn.
Yeah, I don't think we're in turn. So you can feel free to make your case, but
yeah, I was just saying, like, it was going into like Ramsey was to like drop this dude. He still has the heart in one hand, and he's just walking towards the other one who isn't moving.
Yeah, in that case, Kult just kind of steps in front of you and just kind of puts out a hand think about this, mate. Now, we have an opportunity here to figure out what's going on right here, right now. And if that opportunity dies, more blood is going to be spilt in the long run. You could save people by putting down your weapon and just thinking for a moment, just a moment, and you'll be able to see that this could all end. With what he knows, come on, mate. Just think about it. Just take a breath. Don't let that rage win. You know what I'm saying's right.
Thomas is going to look at Ramsey and just say, "It's your call." You get to live with what happens next.
He just like stares down at you for I don't know if even like a second. But then shoves the bloody heart into your chest. Whatever happens next is on you. You have 10 minutes. It's getting information out of someone while vital, and he's shifting back while he's talking. I understand that. But each second we waste trying to get information out of someone who will never talk, and I know they won't, they never do. Another second we waste actually pursuing the culprits. Listen. He just like shakes his head. I wasn't going to kill him. You can't fight back. I'll leave that to you. And he'll just walk past him and say, "Don't." You said resist the rage, right?
Yeah.
Don't thank me for this, or I'll let it take over again. And he's gonna head after the other two.
And Thomas will look to Kult and then pull out his phone and pull out a stopwatch app and put in a timer for 10 minutes. It says, "Time starts now." When it's done, I put a round in his fucking skull.
And with that, we are going to end tonight's game. Thank you, everybody who decided to tune in. We hope to see you next week for the second episode of Werewolf the Apocalypse, Shattered in Stone. We hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
So long.
Farewell.